It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Thanks for all your help.
it's my job.
Wow.
Honey, can we start now?
Hello, and today we're going to be flying out the SU39, which was just recently uploaded, and I know that people are not going to know how to fly this thing. So, we are going to be going over rocketry, bombing, gunning, whatever, and whatever the heck else this thing has to offer. The first part of this tutorial is rocketry. So, first of all, you're going to want to make sure your TV sensor is off. You get CCIP, which is displayed right here as IP, air to ground mode, ground. You're going to line yourself up with the target. In this case, we have 3 tanks down on that road. We're going to slowly pull in. And turn on precision movement if you feel more comfortable aiming at something like that. You're slowly approaching. Eventually, we're going to see a targeting reticle. There we go. That is your continuously calculated impact point. Launch authority. Get it on those targets. Good hit on one tank. If they end up hitting a little bit too high, you can slow down, and they should hit a little bit lower because they have less velocity, because your aircraft is going slower. That is why you have a indicator right here if you're going too fast or too slow. Either or. Okay, so the next feature we're going to be going over are the Cab 500s, or your TV designation. For this, you're going to want to turn on your squall, however you pronounce that. I honestly don't know. And you're going to see this, turn to TV. You're still going to be in air-to-ground mode. Bring this up. As you can see, you get your ranging information and you get your targeting reticle. Just kind of drifting around because it's on a Kalman filter. As you can see, you also have your tanks that are locked up. You get your range on your Cab 500. Once you get launch authority, you can launch. It'll go by and hit that tank, or in this case, it'll hit the tree because there are trees there, and I did not account for that, but I think you guys get the idea. For this next segment, we are going to be going over laser guided munitions. We're going to want to disarm these. We're going very fast. You do not want to be going quite this fast, but you're going to want to be going fast because you want some air to be going over those fins for them to be as accurate as possible, because they don't have any onboard seeker, or they have an onboard seeker, but it's not an active seeker. So let's say 720. 720 sounds good. Turn on your squall, TV. Wait till we get in range. Turn on precision guidance, or precision movement, just for the sake of the tutorial. So once that starts counting down, we're going to be in laser range. Launch authority. Arm RKH-25 laser guided bombs. We're going to want to have as little obstruction between us and the target as possible for the laser. Drop our bomb. Up. See, we passed the target too quick. So a way to solve this is you can maintain speed, drop the bomb, and then pull the air brakes, which I did not do on that time, but we can go around and we can re-engage. Another good thing about keeping your speed up through most of this is you will have time to get out if something goes wrong. In this case, something did go wrong. Turn on precision movement. If you have a target locked, drop a bomb, pull air brakes. Keep target locked. Good hit. Put air brakes back in, and we'll fly right by. Next segment, we are going to be going over gunnery, whatever it is. We're going to want to arm our gun, switch weapons hotkey functions to on, and press 2, which activates our aim reticle for the gun sight, whatever you want to call it. We're going quite fast. We're not going to be wanting to go quite as fast. Precision movement. So once we get within the area, we are going to slow down a lot. Maybe go 400 kilometers an hour for something like this, maybe 500. 570. 500 seems good. Find our target. Oh, I found it. Just flipped over. Oh, it's on fire now. Ooh. Okay. So now that we're done with the gun, disarm it. We're going to arm our rockets. So the rockets don't rely on the reticle, but they do rely on this second system, the salvo mode. They don't rely on it, but you can use the salvo mode. Turn on weapons hotkey functions and press 3. Salvo mode is now active. We're going to turn back around. As you can see, we have the TV off so that we can have CCIP targeting. Technically, you can do them simultaneously. It's just better to have less clutter on your screen, or on your heads-up display. We're going to turn, we're going to realign. I'm going to turn on precision movement. Okay. See that flaming target? Got with incendiary rounds. Well, went on for a long time, but I only pressed space once for all those rockets. That's because we have salvo mode on. What it essentially does is it will either ripple bombs or it will dump a load of rockets from whatever rockets and bombs you have equipped, and it allows you to focus more on flying or system management instead of having to hold your finger on the spacebar while firing. Okay, I'm going to turn off hotkey functions, salvo mode off. There we go. So, we're going to turn on our TV sensor, and we're going to turn on air-to-air mode. It gives you this warning whenever you have your air-to-air mode on with the TV sensor. They cannot exactly work simultaneously, or there's at least no use for it. So we're going to turn this back off, but we still have air-to-air mode on. You would be hearing a tone, but currently my volume is a little bit screwed up, so instead we're going to be going visually. Air-to-air mode, longitudinal aiming. I'm going to slowly pull up over here. And you would be getting a lock tone, again. Volume's a little bit messed up. So we're going to go ahead, R60 is armed, we're going to launch. Good hit. Turn off air-to-air mode. Turn our TV sensor back on. Air-to-air mode, by the way, press 3, changes your targeting mode. And for 2, the other function, without having this on, is turning this to infrared for night operations. This uses the mercury pod on the bottom. Turn it back off. Turn this back off. Okay. Next, we're going to be going into the ECM modes. So, by turning this on, you have your ECM on for jamming frequencies such as NNTC data link and PIO data link. It will also sniff for and jam other frequencies from 0 to 1000. By pressing ETS Advanced, the sniffer is displayed on the heads-up display. We're going to be using this for the next segment. We're going to be waiting until it picks up the radio signal that we're looking for. There we go. 123. Get that lock. That is on a radio target, not a radar target or a laser target. That is a radio that it is locking. That box signifies a lock. Okay. By turning off ETS Advanced, we don't lock, but we still get the targeting pepper. You can see the little hovering static antenna. I do not have any harms or any other anti-radiation missiles on this, so we cannot demonstrate that capability, but we can demonstrate the ability to lock said target via emissions. You enter your target information into the universal coding pad, which codes for everything listed here. To the ground, as you can see, we still have radio lock. As long as you are within the radio's range, you will be able to see it, and you also have it locked up on here. So now that we've gone over all the systems, we're going to go ahead and we're going to land. Going to unlock that radio target. We're going to come back around for this runway. I'll see you guys in a minute for that. Landing segment. So we do not have TAC-in as of right now. That is inoperable. So we are going to use that radio we had set up as a TAC-in beacon. So as we get closer, we can visually identify the runway, and we can reduce our speed to around 200 kilometers per hour and deploy our landing gear. Keep reducing. Those green lights mean gears are deployed, and those dark green lights means our flaps are deployed. So we're going to want to shoot for a speed, again, around 200 kilometers an hour. It is fine if you land hard with the Stang, it generally doesn't care. Coming on this side because the runway is elevated. Okay. Deploy our air brakes and deploy our chute. Came down nice. Chute will automatically retract. Air brakes in. I do not have my parking off. So we're going to pull in over here. Make sure we have all of these systems off, all of our combat systems. Weapon supply, supply. I'll fix that. Pull into this hangar. You also have the landing lights if you need them. Which in this case, I guess we can just light up the inside the hangar. Make sure that wing clears. Make sure it clears. Okay. Okay. Now that we're in, we can reduce throttle. Parking. Landing lights off. Cockpit supply. Turn all this out. No more power is being supplied to the systems anymore. RPM is dropping. And that is the end of the tutorial. If there is any further questions, you can drop a comment on the workshop page or under the YouTube video. I'll respond to both. Preferably the workshop page though, because it's more centralized. If there are any questions about any of these systems, they should be in the description. Most of these are too, but I wanted to make the video to make it a little more clear if there was any confusion. Anyways, happy hunting for y'all, and have a good rest of your day.